Well, hello, all my poor people. It's Michael Dieterich here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back, as the case may be. Now, some of you may see these colors and go, oh, I've seen these colors so many times. That's right. I've been working now for a while on this commission for my friend Gina. I've told the story in other videos, but I've been using these colors because she has ordered a very large painting. The final one I have not shown to you yet. That's going to be the big finale of this series. But she also wanted some other things in matching colors. One of those things is jewelry. Now, I'm going to have her come over to the house and actually pick out the settings she wants, and then I'm going to work on the jewelry. But I thought, oh, just check out the skins real quick, especially these ones. Oh, so pretty. Very, very happy. And then there's some underneath. These ones are a little bit wilder. There's some pieces here that you go, oh, these will make some nice earrings if she wants them, and some places that you go, amulets. It really depends on what she wants. But I do have enough skins to make great pieces, I'm sure of. Now, besides just those skins, I've done some object pours as well. There were some coasters, and they turned out lovely. They need to be resined. I also did a picture frame, also beautiful. I even printed out some special pictures for her that fit inside that frame, pictures of us through the years. And then the last thing she wants is a vase, and that will be what I'm doing today. That will also then, when it dries, I will bring it downstairs to the resin room, and then I'll do the frame, the vase, and the coasters all at the same time. Yeah. Now you do have to work quick with resin, and maybe you might want to go, if you haven't had a lot of experience, you might not want to do all that. You know, like a vase and the picture frame, probably, yeah, not too bad for first time, and the 8 coasters also, but I've got some experience, so I'm going to try and do them all. I will make a video about that, I'm sure, but today we're going to do the vase. Yeah, so this is just a flower pot. I've used it several times, and because it's kind of like conical, it helps me get my vases on there. Now, because it's ceramic, I don't want to damage the vase, so I just put a paper towel, and here's the actual vase I have for Gina. Now, originally I picked one with kind of like a neck to it, but I just realized, number one, it's going to be easier to pour on a simpler one, and because the colors and the patterns are so wild, I thought I'd go for a more simple vase to help bring that out. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on here. Not too tight, but I'm going to make sure it's secure. And then I'm going to go grab my level and make sure it is level. Great. Alrighty, so because all of the other pieces had some Dutch pour elements, I'm going to do the same thing here. Now, what I found with vases is some people do them sideways, like on a turner. That's great. I do them vertically, like this. But one of the things you have to be aware of is when you do this, the paint doesn't, I won't say the paint's working against you, but it's not as simple as you may think. Yeah, it has the tendency to like pool together, and you'll get some places that aren't completely covered. So I'll start by putting on a white base, and I will just use a gloved hand to make sure that the entire surface is covered. So I'm going to do that first. All right, so I have my gloves on already. First thing I'm going to do, like I said, is put on this base coat. Now, while I was off screen, I did trim down this paper towel that it wasn't all sticking out. Otherwise, all of the paint is going to pool on there. So just to get started, I'm going to go along the top and just kind of pour around the edge. Alrighty, I got it level again. I have my hair dryer already out and ready to go. Now, for a Dutch pour, normally they say, don't overdo it, just go along once. But when you do these vases, a lot of paint has to travel down, so it might take several blasts and several pours to get something that I like. So don't panic if it's not like perfect the first time. Yeah, so here's what's going to happen. I'm just going to pour my puddles, starting with enough white to pretty much cover the top. Alrighty. Taking my nozzle off, and I'm going to try and be gentle. I'm probably going to have to follow it on this camera because I'm probably going to be right up in that camera. Sorry, let me say that without the thing on. I'm probably going to be right up in that camera. All right, good start. Now this time, I start closer to my edges, so some of my paint is pouring down already. I'm going to put my nozzle on again just because I want to do some stuff with the sides first. Great, nozzle back on. I can already see on some places, like here, there's some, our least favorite friend, our enemy, which is green. That's okay. So now I'm pretty happy with, some of the places in it, but we're not getting enough color down the edges. So now I'm really going to go along these areas. Good. Now, let's get that metallic red back. There's an awful lot here at the top. There's just a lot of the pink, purple, white, orange. And now we're just going to concentrate on some of the red and the yellow. It's got a home as well. Hopefully by putting that yellow on the top, we'll have less issues with it spreading in a bad way. A little more than I thought. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the camera off, and I'm going to let this sit. I know that the lighting here isn't great. It's because of so much glare, but that way. It's actually quite colorful. Hopefully you get to see that later in the wet shot and the dry shot. So there's still a little bit too much stripiness in this in certain places, I see. And I don't like that as much. But I'm going to let this just sit for like 10 minutes. And then I'm going to come back and then do another pour on top of it. That way this won't be completely dry, but it'll be a lot less fluid, so I can get what's here to like stay, but also to get some movement on top of it, because there's some really good stuff here, but it's just too why do I do that? It's just too vertical. Alrighty, so it's been about 10 minutes. Now here's a part that I really like, but then from here, yeah, it's just yellow, orange, red stripes coming down, which isn't quite what I'm looking for. Here, a little too much yellow, and here, just way too much white. So I'm going to get back to it. All right, I'm going to stop there for now. I'm going to give it a quick blast, especially in the white spots. There's a place there I don't like, but a lot I'm much more happy with. So again, I am going to let this sit and drip. I'm going to let this sit for now like an hour, and then come back and see what I got. Not that people see the bottom, but spread that out. And then do some more touches there. So I'm going to close these bottles so they don't dry out, and then I'll see you in an hour. Alrighty guys, so I went away and I came back and I was like, okay, what am I going to do? I had a idea and I'm just actually fascinated. You have to really carefully look like where does it cut off, but no, it really turned out great. I'm actually quite pleased. I'm I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to get you a dry shot, which will be easier to do than the wet shot. Showing you about 3/4 of it. I might, once it's dry, do some like spot touching up, but in general, I'm wild about how pretty this is. Great. We'll see you for the dry result. Well, here it is, guys. This is the dry result of Gina's vase. I often look at a wet result and I go, yeah, it's nice, I'm not sure. And then when it dries, you go, the colors become true. Things like effects really solidify, like this vein here. I mean, I just love it. And it continues to drip a little bit so that it balances out the right way. And I love how this turned out. Now, I will show you with this sun here. Let's see. Yeah, so if you look here on the inside with the sun, you can see they're not bald spots, because like if I turn it here, like look at this area right, let's say here. Yeah, when I put my finger over it, you go, oh, is that a hole? No, but when I come around this area, it's here, and it's definitely covered, but it's just thinner, and there's a couple of those spaces. So what I'm going to do is, even though I love this, it's great, I am going to do a few little touches up. Touches up. I'm going to do a few touch-ups first. For example, like this white here, I'm just going to fill that in a little nicer and let it be a little bit more, drippy. Because the other thing is, you pour these, upside down, and a lot of times you want the effects to come down. So like here, this is a little bit muddy, but I will fix that. Here is the one little place where I go, ooh, it's not really green. There is some greenish in there. I'm going to touch that up with a brush. And like this, you go, oh, it's nice, but it does look upside down to me. I want it to feel like it's flowing all the way down. So I'll fill in that. This will be maybe like, a half-hour work to get these things the way I want them. And then it'll be great. I'll let it dry and it'll all be perfect. I just love how exciting this vase turned out. So now we have the vase, the photo frame, and the coasters. And I am going to show you in one video how to resin all of those objects and get them ready. But this is it for the vase. I've now done all my object pours for Gina. Soon I'll be showing you her final painting, but I do want to let these have time to cure before I resin them, and then I'll show you step by step all of the tips and tricks and challenges of each of these objects. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey of red, purple, magenta, orange, yellow, and white. My name is Michael Dieterich. I'm just a poor boy. Thanks for watching.